Hi everyone, and welcome back to Sharon Melder Unfiltered Real Talk. So I want to talk about friendship and what friendships mean to you. Well, for me, friendship means loyalty, respect, having each other's back, being each other's confidant, telling each other secrets without sharing it with other people. That's what friendships mean to me. And I have to say, I can honestly say I have 5 good friends that I can rely on, count on, know that they will have my back, know that they have my best interests in heart, tell me like it is, not hold anything back, which I love. And all of them are very unique and different in each kind of way, and I love them all. And I have to say, I am so grateful and thankful that these 5 friends, they're still remaining in my life, and I'm in their life too. And a lot of people can't say that, you know what I mean? A lot of people go through friends, through different seasons. You're friends with someone through middle school, high school, college, things, people drift, people fall apart. Friendships, don't last for a very long time. And sometimes, you hear, friends get fallen out with one another. And I have to say, with my friends, no, not the case. Not the case at all, which I'm so grateful and thankful. I've been friends with Allie. We met at a job. We went to 2 different high schools. We've been friends since over a decade, and we've been through so much together, like crazy, crazy stories. And I love her to pieces. We've been through a lot of real stuff together. And we've been friends and still friends ever since. That's one of them. The other friend, Karen, oh my gosh, we've been friends more than a decade. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even know how many years, but we've been friends for the longest. And I met her through a job. And I have to say, Karen, she's interesting. And when I say interesting, she's a go-getter. What you see is what you get with her. There's nothing in between. She tell it how it is. She will tell you, whether you like it or not, how she feels. Her opinion is straightforward. And that's the thing I loved about her. When I first met her, I'm like, I like her. I like her. She's like a big sister that I never had. And at first I was like, I'm not gonna lie, I was very intimidated by her because, just the way, she viewed life and the things that she said, you know what I mean? And then over time, I got to know her and her sons when they were younger, and we became like best of friends, and I just can't see my life without her, and she's amazing. She's an amazing woman, amazing friend. She went through a lot in her life, which I'm not going to share, but she's been through a lot in her life, and she's a strong, strong individual, and I love her to pieces. She's been there with me through my trials and tribulations with relationships, with my parents, everything. And I love her to pieces. There's nothing that I wouldn't do for her or vice versa. If she had the money, she would definitely, help me out. But it's not even about the money. It's really about the friendship and the loyalty with Karen that I have with her, how loving and honest she can be. She can be brutal honest, and there's things that she just say, and then she doesn't hold anything back. And she lets me know. Right or wrong, whether we've been friends or not. Karen will let me know. She would tell it how it is and let me know how she feels about anything, whether if I like it or not. And I don't think I mentioned in my last previous, in any of my videos about my other best friend, Marlene, my sister in Christ. And also Karen is my sister in Christ as well. I want to point that out there. That my sister in Christ, Marlene, she's just I don't know, she's my ride or die. We've been through a lot as well. I love each and one of them differently. You know what I mean? Again, they all have different personalities, different styles of friendship. Again, I wouldn't change anything with with none of them. And I just love them all, basically. You know, it's Allie, Karen, Marlene, Molly, and Rose. Those are the 5 friends that I had for over a decade. And there's one other friend that I met here in Orlando. Her name is Juju, which she's awesome, which I love, and we're growing to love each other and like each other, and we've been spending time together. With that being said, the 5 friends that I mentioned, I love them to pieces. There's nothing I wouldn't do for them at all. And you know how like some friends you have to worry around their husbands or boyfriends. I never had to worry about that with neither of my friends. You know what I mean? Because that's how much trust I have with them, and vice versa. They can leave me in their place with their boyfriend or whatever, and I never cross that line. That's just like a girl code that I never cross, and vice versa. Like, I completely trust my friends. With my husband or boyfriend at the time, I never had that issue. You know, you hear stories when your best friend is hooking up with your husband or your boyfriend behind your back and all that stuff like that. They didn't have none of that at all. And the thing is, some of the guys that my best friends dated, I didn't find them attractive anyway. I didn't like them. They were not my type, and I had a certain type. So I never had that issue, never. And that's the beauty part about it. That's just such a blessing that I never had to worry. And just the loyalty, and then the trust, and just being comfortable with each and one of them, and just tell them, you know, how I feel and what I'm thinking, and just being vulnerable, and then getting their opinions and thoughts. And there's times I may not like their opinions or what they have to say, but I do respect it. You know what I mean? Because I ask for advice and I do respect it. And friendship is everything. You know what I mean? It's hard to find a good friends. It's hard to come by. And when you do have a friend that you love and trust, cherish it. Cherish every moment, whether if you have a disagreement or you're not seeing eye to eye. Always have that strong bond. Always not lose sight of that, if that makes sense. Always, you know, whatever differences you have or different views or opinions, friendship is so important. It matters, especially the ones that, you know, you care about and love, and you invested all that time and years with that person. It's super important. And I hate to see, actually, I don't like to see, let me rephrase that. I don't like to see, you know, when 2 people have been friends for over a decade and they fall apart. Perfect example, my sister and her best friend, Sarah. They've been friends for a very long time, and they drifted. Like, you have one friend, my sister, who makes all the effort and calling and texting. You have the other one who don't do it at all. She waits for my sister to reach out, which it shouldn't be like that. Having a friendship is not a one-way street. It's 2 people making the time and the effort to talk, to pick up the phone and say, hey, how are you? I haven't talked to you in a while. What's going on? You know what I mean? Or shoot up a quick text. It's not that hard. You know, I know everyone's lives are busy with children, with work, whatever the case might be. But if you're really, truly friends with that person, call and pick up and just check up on them. You know, perfect example with me and Allie. You know, she lives in New York. I live in Orlando. And she's busy, you know, with work, taking care of her daughter, cooking, cleaning. You know, it's not easy. But it doesn't even matter how long we don't speak to each other or we don't text. It's like when we do call each other, it's like we're right there in the same room together, even though we're in 2 different states, but we're right there. It's like we don't have to talk. It's like we haven't talked for like several months, but then when we pick up the phone and actually talk to each other, like old times. Or when I go and visit, same thing. Or when she comes here, it's the same thing. It's not like a tip and tap. Oh, I haven't heard from her, so I'm not gonna call her. I'm gonna wait for her to call me. No, we don't play those games. I don't play those games with my friends, and my friends don't play those games with me. We know that our lives are busy and hectic, and we have kids. I don't have children. I have a dog. And they do, but I understand that. You know what I mean? I understand that, you know, they have kids and they work and things get busy. But it takes a second to pick up the phone, to text, to call, and then to check up on each other. And that's what we do. That's what we do. And that's what friendship is all about. It's about working together and being a team player and not being, you know, like that tip and tap. Well, I'm not gonna call her. She hasn't texted me. That's not what friendship is all about. Friendship is about checking up on each other and making sure that person's okay, whether it's been a week or a month, whatever the case might be. And that's the thing I love about my friends, because we always keep in touch. And I always call, text to make sure that everyone's okay, everyone's good, and vice versa. And I never had that like, oh, you know, she's not calling me because she doesn't want to talk to me. No, she's just busy. That's all. She's just busy. And the reason why I wanted to do this video, because friendship is so important. It's so rare to have a friend that you can trust and that you can rely on, that you can tell your deepest, darkest secrets, and it's not going to be plastered or shared by other people. It's very rare. And if you do have friends like that, cherish every moment of it. Spend the time with your friends. And not lose that. You know what I mean? I'm just like so grateful and thankful that I have friends like that I can just say that they're going to be friends. I'm going to be friends with them until God takes me out of this earth. I'm just grateful and thankful for that I have these women in my life that I absolutely love and cherish, and there's nothing I wouldn't do for them or for their children. I would die for them, for their kids, and for them as well. And they know that, and vice versa. Well, I don't know if they're gonna die for me, you know, per se, but I know I would for them. I would take a bullet for their children, you know what I mean? Because their children, I saw them coming out in this world, you know what I mean, as infants, and then now like toddlers, you know what I mean? So they're like basically my kids, even though I didn't give birth to them. But you know where I'm getting at this. Like, there's nothing I wouldn't do for my friends or for my family. I absolutely believe in loyalty, respect, and having trust in a friendship, and just being very, you know, transparent with each other, and then just letting each other know that we have each other's back no matter what. And I'm saying it across the board with all my friends, not just one, all 5 of them, including 6 of them, excuse me. And I love them all. And I'm just so, again, grateful and thankful that God put them in my life, and they all have something to bring into the table as far as my friendship with them, and vice versa. And I'm just very grateful and thankful of that. And I just want to say thank you so much for watching my YouTube channel, Cheryl Melder Unfiltered Real Talk. Please subscribe, like, share, and comment. I really appreciate you all. God bless and have a good night. Bye.